So I use open captioning. Whenever I go to theater, I always go to performances that are open captioned. And I'm very excited to have it here. I'm used to it, so it kind of feels like a weird coming home, if that makes sense. It feels right to be able to be involved in a production and not just have to watch it, and to be able to be in it, and to know that my friends and the audience who may not hear can still enjoy and understand.
I'm Olympia Eversgerd, and I was the scenic designer of Circle Mirror Transformation. This play was actually specifically chosen by Maggie Lally because of how it was written with the many pauses and things like that, kind of to assist in the accessibility, because we'd never really done anything like that. And my part in that was to try and make sure that we created an environment that was, of course, very accessible, easy to move around in. Like, very specifically, my floor was completely level with the ground. There was no elevation. There are parameters when making an accessibility show where there has to be 4 feet of space in any given entrance and exit point. That way a wheelchair would be able to go 360 and move around as it would need to be. So the spaces between the risers, as well as from the stage to the first row of seating, all had to be very accessible.
You're trembling.
Oh, he's moving.
Hi, I'm Lucas Iverson. I'm playing Schultz. One of the things that I'm most looking forward to in this process, and one of the things I love most about the play is how human all the characters are, and the beauty and tragedy that they undergo, and discovering that here with this wonderful ensemble of people is, for an artist, an absolute treat.
You're my dad. Neil, you're Neil.
Okay. This show is definitely a challenge in terms of tackling vulnerability, because we deal with these long drawn-out awkward silences in which we have to just live in. You know, like in real life, when we're dealing with some awkward tension, we try to tend to avoid it, but with this show, we face it head on. And so just having to discover honesty within that challenge is what drew me to the show.
My name is Samantha Coleman. I play Marty, and I absolutely love this experience. It's been incredibly challenging, but in the best ways, the most rewarding ways, and I'm really excited that this can be an inclusive experience, and it's going to be great. I'm really excited.
So I'm Elizabeth Cohen, and I'm the Executive Director of the Center for Health Innovation here at Adelphi University. So the Center for Health Innovation is an interdisciplinary center here at Adelphi that defines health broadly as the social, cultural, economic, political, psychological, and physical health and wellness of communities. So we work across all of the departments and divisions and schools to promote health broadly defined.
You just did something cool. You're becoming an actress. Yeah. This mean I win?
How to confront her. Maybe that's why you're there earlier.
You want to make peace with this because you want to have a good class.
And you're very condescending. Okay. Good. Perfect. Stay that way. Teresa, will you be my mother? Of course. So, you are very angry. You're a very angry person. Line.
You're this very aggressive,
You're this very aggressive.
Knowing that that the lead cast member actually had a disability and was was interested in seeing the ways that the play could be modified slightly, but also worked with in terms of her own disability, I think can forward the field for actors with disabilities overall. And in the talk back, she talked about simple ways that the process was modified to allow her to have access as the lead in the show. Simple things like a script with larger, an enhanced visual script with larger letters on more pages that could help her be independent during the process and give disabled actors more access to it without impacting either the craft of their work or the performance overall.
This is also the first production that's been inclusive, and as a person who is hard of hearing and visually impaired and becoming more blind, to be able to be in a room where you know that you're safe and secure and comfortable and
Ask questions and ask for different things is really incredible.
At least for Schultz, this is the moment in his arc where his life's on the upswing. That pivots.
I need your mistake!
Things started to get a little heavy. And so, diving into that it was wobbly and kind of like unseemly and unwieldy at first, but we're getting there.
If she can, I don't know, right.
Oh shit.
Hi, my name is Nicole Henneveld and I'm the Assistant Director of Circle Mirror. I have been working on making even the smallest aspects of the production accessible to everyone. And so the lighting designer, Calvin, and I discussed the best fonts to use on a lighting projection that will show the passage of time, so week 1, week 2, week 3. And so Calvin did research on what font was the best to use and the easiest to read for all people, and we found out that Century Gothic was the nicest and most accessible font, and so we decided on that one.
The open caption for that production cost $1,500, and it included rehearsals, the setting up and taking down of the equipment, and the live captioning during the performance, which was done by a woman who we included in our talk back afterwards so that she could participate in it. So they do a combination of open caption from the script and then tailoring it to the live performance.
We're running 3 weeks off book for the first time, so a lot of pressure, right, buddy?
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun
It's going to be a lot of fun.
to
How do you
make
feel
some,
about it?
some new choices and then see what Maggie says about them, if they're good or not so
Yeah.
appropriate.
To date, in all honesty, probably suck.
An old Jewish man on my subway card. He was lying.
I knew he was Jewish.
I knew he was Jewish.
We're gonna be calling line a couple times, and every time we do, you kind of, you can't help it, you don't want to, but you do get out of it a little bit, because then you're thinking about lines. So once it's really in our bodies and like cemented, we'll be coasting.
Danielle, do you know how Calvin left?
Just leave me here in a circle. Here! Balloons formation! See circle.
Why can't I